Hey guys, it's Ashley Bornanson with the Red Carpet Report. We are back in Burbank on the set of ABC Family's new hit drama, The Fosters, talking to the cast, getting some exclusive sneak peeks on what's to come for the second half of season 1. All right, guys, we are back on the set of ABC Family's The Foster with Hayden, who plays the very mature young brother, Jude. Would you say your character is pretty mature?
He's pretty mature, but he is a very quiet young fellow. I mean, he's not a very loud, outgoing young man, but he is a very quiet, mature kid for his age. He's a great kid. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He got really upset at Callie in the last episode.
Yeah.
Where do you think their relationship's going to go from here?
You know, it's really hard to tell. I think that it's going to end up well, but you never know. I mean, you know, Callie and Jude have such a strong brother-sister relationship. They have always been together. So, I mean, it will be interesting to see what happens. But Callie, yeah, I mean, Jude is not happy right now. He's not smiling. So.
Now, do you think they could have gotten away with it, though? Like, would you really tell as Jude? Do you think you're going to tell everyone about the little incident? Obviously, we saw a promo that Brandon does reveal it to the family that he kissed Callie. But other than that, like, I don't think Jude would cause trouble, you think?
No one really, I don't think that Jude would really say that. I mean, he also is scared that if he does say that he'll get kicked out of the home. So I think fear is one thing that would definitely keep him from saying that and spreading that. But the fact that he is angry at Brandon and Callie, he might want to say that and reveal that just so that they don't continue to have that relationship. So it goes both ways. Again, it's crazy, but I don't think Jude would say that. I think he would stay to himself and be very quiet.
Do you and Maya kind of have a brother relationship offset?
Yeah, very much so. She has a little brother in real life who's back home in Australia, so whenever we're hanging out together, she'll always tell me about him, and I have a younger brother as well, so it's pretty cool. I mean, she is like a big sister to me. She's a role model. She's an amazing person.
You hear that, Maya? That's pretty cute. So you seem really poised yourself, and I've been finding that among young actors. Similar to Jude, or what can we learn about Hayden here?
I don't know if I'm similar to Jude in the sense of, you know, he's well, in the first season he's very quiet and to himself, but he's very, you know, he observes everything that happens around him. I'm not very quiet. I like to talk, and I think that Jude is a little more mature, and I feel that I am that way as well. So I feel like there are some similarities, but there are many differences as well.
What are some of the differences?
Well, Jude is in a foster care system, obviously. I have my mom and my dad that I live with, and I've never really had that experience. So for that, it's really cool to see that, because it's difficult for some kids. They don't have a family. They don't have these parents, and they're all alone. So I do love doing that, and that's one of the main reasons why I love playing Jude, is because, you know, I like to be a role model and kind of show people the differences in foster children and people who have parents. So it's really powerful, but it's very fun.
That's what I love about the show, is the whole, you know, concept of what defines a family. Have you gotten a lot of responses from people who might be in the foster system or just have kind of different kind of lifestyles who have really clung on to the show?
Yeah, a lot of people have seemed to connect with Jude himself. You know, they say that they're just like Jude, that they're very quiet and shy, and that they have a sister or a brother, younger or older, that they really connect with, and they've been to the foster system and in and out of it. And, you know, it's very touching to hear the stories that they have to tell, because it's a real scenario, and it's very sad, but, you know, to those kids out there, I mean, once they find a family, and they are just the happiest people on earth. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say you really do. They go through with the adoption. What are we going to get to see more parts of Jude? Because so far, we know him by Callie's little brother that gets angry at her and things like that. But we haven't gotten to learn a little bit more about you besides that.
Well, in the second season, or the second half of the first season, Jude really kind of shows who he is, and he feels more comfortable with the family. You know, he finally feels like he has, you know, a steady ground under his feet, and that this is his home. So he really starts to show that he's not all this little quiet kid, and he's not super shy, but he's still a good kid, and he's still very polite and kind to everybody. But he does have his moments, and
Really?
they're pretty entertaining.
A little rebellious or more kind of fun?
Kind of fun, more brother-like, so to say. You know,
Is he gonna like cling on to hanging out with Jesus or Brandon, or are they too old for him?
Jude has his own kind of friend at school, and I think that Jesus is like, I'm gonna do my own stuff. You just stay back, and Jude is still kind of not so sure about Brandon. So I feel like he might cling on to one of them, but for now he's got his friend at school. Yeah.
Okay, I think our viewers would also like to learn a little bit more about Hayden, so we're gonna do a speed round, okay?
Okay.
You ready for this?
I am.
I'm gonna get out my questions. Here they are. Okay, so what show do you binge watch?
Binge watch.
Is there a show out there that you just watch all the time, or is your secret pleasure?
Once Upon a Time. I love that show. I watch it with my grandmother all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite character in the show?
Well, they didn't just introduce, but they have made Peter Pan a big part of that. And I definitely like his role, how he's kind of this evil kid, and he's got so much, like, magic and power. When the story tells him as being, like, a boy who grew up in Neverland who never wanted to grow old, and it's crazy from the different book that you read to this show. I like him.
Very magical show. I really like that show too. Very cute. How about, what is your favorite movie of the year?
Favorite movie of the year? I just saw Catching Fire, and that was fantastic. I loved that movie. Very suspenseful at the end. I'm kind of upset that there's going to be another one, and I'm going to have to wait to see that.
You need to read the books.
I do need to read the books. I love reading. But I'm excited for the next one, and it was a great movie.
And just lastly, real quick, what's something our viewers don't know about you?
Something our viewers don't know about me. That's hard to say. I'm a pretty open book. I have a younger brother who is my favorite person in the world. I connect with him more than anything else, and he's my best friend.
I love that. He's going to love that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Hayden. So good chatting with you. Very poised, young actor in the industry. I'm excited to see where you go from here, too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Be sure to tune in January 13th. Thanks for watching this interview, guys. Be sure to like the video, and for more interviews with all the rest of the cast, subscribe to our channel and leave me a comment below telling me what you think is going to happen between Callie and Brandon. Be sure to check out The Fosters' second half of season 1, airing January 13th.